By late August 1862, the Union Army is in full retreat toward Washington, D.C., reeling from a second disastrous defeat at Bull Run. But despite the victory, the Confederate Army of Northern Virginia is on the verge of collapse. The soldiers are winning battles, but they are starving. 2 years of constant warfare have stripped Northern Virginia bare. Forests have been leveled for firewood, and farms picked clean by both sides, leaving the army in a total logistical vacuum. Confederate troops at this moment were described as ragged and tough. One observer noted they resembled a lean and hungry set of wolves. General Lee faced a binary choice: move immediately into untouched territory or watch his army disintegrate. On September 3rd, General Robert E. Lee ordered his forces to cross the Potomac River and enter Union-held Maryland. The primary goal was to reach the untouched farms of the North, to fill their empty supply wagons with enough grain and livestock to keep the army alive. Lee also saw a macro-political opportunity. In a September 8th letter to President Jefferson Davis, he suggested that the invasion could force a peace proposal. Lee believed a successful campaign on Northern soil would earn the Confederacy diplomatic recognition from England and France, while pressuring Northern voters to support an end to the war. The Maryland campaign was a massive foraging raid presented as a grand strategic invasion. To maximize their foraging capacity and capture the federal garrison at Harper's Ferry, Lee took a massive tactical risk on September 9th. He divided his army. Lee split his forces into 5 vulnerable parts, spreading his divisions across a 30-mile radius. His staff drafted Special Orders No. 191 to coordinate the complex movements of these separated units. Then came a catastrophic failure of security. A copy of this order was somehow dropped and lost in a field near Frederick, Maryland. The Confederacy's most ambitious military gamble now depended on a single piece of paper lost in the grass. On September 13th, the Union's 27th Indiana Infantry arrived in Frederick and camped in the exact field the Confederates had just vacated. 2 Union soldiers, taking a moment to boil coffee, noticed a bulky envelope on the ground. Inside, they found 3 cigars wrapped in a sheet of paper. The document was quickly passed up the chain of command. When officers realized it was a genuine copy of Special Orders 191, the intelligence reached the top of the army. General George McClellan now held the enemy's complete operational blueprint. He knew exactly where every piece of Lee's divided army was located. A mundane accident, carelessly dropping a few cigars, handed the Union Army the ultimate advantage just days before the campaign's climax. Armed with the lost order, McClellan advanced quickly, forcing the Confederates into the initial engagements at South Mountain. On September 17th, the 2 armies finally collided along the banks of the Antietam Creek near Sharpsburg. The human cost was staggering. With over 22,000 men killed or wounded, it remains the bloodiest single day in American military history. Lee's crippled army was forced to abandon the invasion and retreat back across the Potomac into Virginia. By turning Lee back, the Union achieved a strategic victory that blocked the path to European intervention for the Confederacy. Abraham Lincoln seized the political momentum generated by the victory at Antietam. On September 22nd, Lincoln issued the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation. This document turned the conflict into a moral crusade to permanently destroy the institution of slavery. So, what actually caused the Maryland campaign and the bloodiest day in American history? The Battle of Antietam was the result of a starving army's logistical desperation colliding with a catastrophic intelligence failure over a few lost cigars.